I'm Willie Duncan, Superintendent President at Sierra College, and it's my distinct pleasure today to be able to say a few words about Joe Wyse, my good friend. Joe's retiring after a long and successful career of more than 30 years in higher education. I first got to know him when he was at Shasta College, but prior to that, he spent 15 years at Trinity International University, where he worked as an administrator and eventually became the executive director of the Trinity Law School and Graduate School. He then moved to Shasta College, where he spent the next 17 years, 4.5 as a chief business officer and 12.5 as the chief executive officer. Joe has always been a creative and innovative leader, and his time at Shasta College bears that out. Under his leadership, Shasta College was one of the first 15 colleges to be selected as the pilot college for the baccalaureate degree program. They also were selected 3 different times to receive Innovation in Higher Education awards from the state of California. Also under Joe's leadership, Shasta College successfully wrote and received over $60 million in grants and awards. Joe has served the system also through his involvement on numerous boards and committees. I had the pleasure of serving with Joe on the ACA board, working to serve all administrators. He also served on the league board. I didn't get to serve with him on the CEO board because we were in the same area, but he served 6 years on the CEO board and eventually became the CEO chair and chair of the league board. Joe's expertise on budget and finance is renowned in our system. I first got to know Joe when we were CBOs together, and we both became CEOs right around the same time. So we've stayed in touch all these years. Joe's always been one of my first calls that I would make if I wanted to discuss any issues related to budget or finance, and he always gave freely of his time. I know that's true of Joe for many of you also too, because I've heard you say it. I'm really going to miss also presenting with Joe. I know many of you are familiar with the presentation that he shepherded for many years at the new CEO Academy, How to Stay Out of White Collar Prison. That presentation underscores Joe's good sense of humor and his quick wit, which I think is probably one of my favorite characteristics of his. And it's one of the things I'm going to miss the most. I'm really going to miss presenting with Joe. I'm going to miss talking about community college finance with him. And I know our system is going to miss him greatly. But above all, we thank Joe for his years of service to the community college system and to Shasta College. And I wish him really, really well in retirement. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Joe Wyse here, retiring president from Shasta College. I really wanted to be there with you tonight, but just was not able to, as it's my daughter's wedding this week. So I'm busy taking care of family. I want to thank you for being there. I remember as a new CEO, not knowing some of the retirees very well that were being honored, but as time passed and seeing more and more colleagues and friends take this step in their lives and what this dinner means, where we honor our own, became pretty special. So I hope that happens for you if you're a newer CEO, and then as the veterans out there, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. It's pretty special to be honored by your own. Only those of us doing these jobs know the ups and downs, the difficulties, and the rewards that are involved. So I wish you all great success in your careers at your colleges. Keep the needs of students first and foremost, and things tend to work well when you do that, in my opinion. So have a great evening, and again, thank you for coming and honoring the retirees.